So this is repeated extension in lying with therapist-generated overpressure, or press up with therapist-generated overpressure. So the indication for this technique would be somebody who is using unloaded lumbar extension and they're responding favorably, but they are now at a plateau. And you need to add additional force to continue reducing symptoms. So in performing the technique, this is fairly non-specific in terms of where you put your hands. So I usually just use the patient's symptom location as the guide if they've got distal symptoms. If they've got symptoms traveling down the back of the leg, I consider it more of a lower lumbar type problem. If they have symptoms radiating more to the front, then I would consider it more of an upper lumbar problem. If they only have lower back pain, nothing referring down into the limb at all, then I might decide to do an individualized P to A assessment to see if there's a particular segment that is more hypomobile or symptomatic, and you can put your hands there. But the way that you're placing your hands is going to be fairly non-specific. So the patient is going to be close to your body. My right hand is going to, doesn't really matter if you put which hand you put. I tend to want to put my this arm on the far side of the patient so that way it's not on their buttock. So you could do this, which would be fine, but just for patient comfort, I'll put one hand where my fingers are pointing up superior, and then my other hand like so. So you are placing the spine right in between both of your hypothenar eminence. So I'm just going to get on the vertebrae that I want to be on. I've got one hypothenar eminence on one side of the spinous process, and then the other one, I'm at 90 degrees like this. I'm going to make a solid triangle like that. And then as the patient performs a press up, I'm going to maintain a perpendicular force. So as I'm not going to stay like this. As she presses up, I move with her so my forearms maintain perpendicular to the spine. So I just kind of move my body, shift my weight from one leg to the other as she performs a press up. I want to keep my pressure equal on the right and left sides of the spine. I maintain consistent pressure during the entire technique. I have my sternum directly over the spinous process. Like so.